Click here to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You'll get instant notification of new videos as they're released.
We can see Sea of Heaven has been backed in, simply because of where the money is, and it's being matched at the low end of its current traded range. So it must have been matched higher a long time ago. And we can see that Duke Street is trading at the top end of its current trading range. But we don't have many clues really at the moment. We need to see which one of these is going to get backed in. So for example, my thought process here is, will Sea of Heaven go past 2 and start going odds on and really starting to pummel in? Because if that does happen, then it's going to push the price in some of these others out. So we can see a little bit of activity on Medina Cedina, and that looks a little bit weak. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop an order in here. We'll see if we can get cheekily filled a couple of ticks away from where the price action is at the moment. If we can't, then we may as well join a little bit further up and see if we can get matched there, which we have. So now we're looking for confirmation that we're on the right side of this trade. So I'm going to center the ladders, and we can see that the favorite has gone past 2. It'll be interesting to see if that continues. I think it will. So the fact that that's done what we expected means that we should carry on with our trade over here. Now the second favourite's drifting, so this is coming in, that's drifting. That's probably not going to help us here. We could do with the favourite and the second favourite coming in. As unlikely as it may be, that's what we could do with, so that's what we're going to keep an eye on. We can see a little bit of a rebound on the favourite here. That's fairly normal. I don't see anything unusual in that. And this has come in about 5 ticks, so again, you know, they're messing around with each other here. But we're going to continue on with this trade. We're just interested really in whether we begin to see any support, any backing for Medina Cedina on this particular race. At the moment I don't really see a lot of backing, so we're looking to see if the money's going to be traded at 6.8, and if money gets traded at 6.8, that sort of implies that there is some interest in laying this horse at that price, and therefore the price could actually head up. But really we're sort of slightly hostage to what's going on over here. But at the moment I feel reasonably comfortable with the position. And I think as long as we see the current situation develop as it is, then I think we can hold on to this position for a moment. We've got about 5 minutes or so. We've got a long time before the start of this race. So we just want to see a little bit of backing on something else. That's the only thing that will really send this price out. Now if we don't see much backing occurring anywhere else, so for example we can see that this is drifting a little bit, that's not particularly helpful, then we'll just shorten our position a little bit. So rather than waiting for the position to deteriorate, we can basically say, well, you know what, we haven't got this exactly as we wanted, and therefore we'll just move our position down a little bit. So you can see at the moment it's hovering at or around break-even point. I would prefer to get out for absolutely no profit and waste my time than to just wait and see if it turns around. But what I'm looking for is some evidence here that the activity on these two is influencing us in a positive manner here. If it's going very, very negative against us over here, then we have to get out on this or make our position a little bit thinner. We're not seeing as much as a move as I would prefer, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be cautious, which I always recommend, and we're just going to drop a little bit of money back in. And we'll see if we can get some money matched at 6.6, and I'll have a swig of tea, which we did. So if we continue just dropping a little bit of money back in, then that will allow us to make our position a little bit safer if we take a little bit of profits early on. What we don't really want to see is if the price goes below where it has been. So historically you can see it's been trading at a low of around 6s. If it breaks that, then we'll expect to see it accelerate in, which is exactly what we're seeing at the moment. So we want to see the price on this come in. We want to really see the price on this come in, and that would push pressure on the price on this to go out. At the moment we're not particularly seeing that, although this isn't particularly drifting. This is being backed, but we're seeing a bit of backing activity on this, so we have to bail this one. This unfortunately is not going to work for us. I've just thinned out our position because that will allow us to tolerate a fair more movement if we decide that we don't like it. In fact, I don't like this at all now. We're starting to see a little bit more activity, a little bit more backing activity on this than I anticipated. And of course the favourite's drifting, which is not what we wanted to see. This is getting a bit of support, so it may be interesting to switch our attention to here and see if we can jump on the back of something that's going on over here. So let's centre the ladder again. And I'm going to probably go in heavy on this. They just beat us to it. I can't believe that. That's gutting. It's absolutely gutting. I'm going to cancel these now because we've missed the opportunity. We've blown the opportunity to get involved there. We're just a little bit too late, which is really unfortunate. Yeah, because this is going to go now. So I'll see if I can pull out a trade from somewhere else. Is there still weakness on the favourite? He is weak, just not dramatically so. This is getting weak again, so I may see if I can salvage part of this position. Favourite's coming in. Put some exit trades above it because we won't have a great deal of time to mess around on this. Just need this to come in a little bit more, and this. It's looking a little bit more hopeful now. I think we're going to see a persistent drift on this now. We just need a couple of ticks to turn this one around. Yes, this has bounced back up again. We could do with that coming in. I think it will. I think there's a lot of pressure for this to really start to sort of head back down again. We'll see. I'm going to eat my words there. No, there it goes. There's a lot of money at 3.95. If that gets broken, it's going to come rocketing back down again. Just need this to get matched, thank you. So we're pretty clean on this now. We don't really want to see it do this. Keeping an eye on where the horses are because they're very close to the stalls. So I'm just going to swap that 128 for 264s. If need be, I'm going to bail this at 0. And we'll take out 0, so that's an incredibly long scratch. But can you see, I mean, we were looking at both of these, and we could read roughly what was happening over here and how that was influencing our position over here. We didn't like the fact that this went against us, so we took the loss, but we managed to salvage it on the way back up, simply because of the way that these two are acting. We could see what's going on. We failed to get the trade in and out on the second favourite, but that was alright, because as it did come in, we just jumped on the back and reverted to our former position. So we've ended up at 0, but that pretty much feels like a win to me.
If you're interested in learning more about BetAngel, its tools and the opportunities they present, then why not visit betangel.com today and download a free trial.